I apologize in advance, but this is probably gonna hurt your head. But look at that thing, that's weird. So, what's going on, guys? It is Tuesday. I went out to see Ben Julian yesterday. I actually picked up 2 fenders and a front bumper, an OEM front bumper. So as you see the fenders on, everything, like I said, still lined up. The only issue, like I said, was this little crunched in area, which I'm just gonna sit there and cut out. This fender's on great. The bumper obviously doesn't fit that great right now. The front's touching the intercooler and it's sitting on top of the turbo, so I mean it would have to require finesse, but the only real reason why I bought the bumper is just because I needed the metal bracket that held it on. That's honestly the only thing I wanted, so I got it for the bracket. Mine's still good, but right now, being the fact of how the turbo is, well, actually I lied, it is pretty tore up on this side. I can bend that back. Being the fact of where the turbo is, you know, I had to notch this whole area right here. So as you see on this bumper, it's all radiused. Well, after, when I changed the location of the turbo, I wanted the bumper piece like that just to be solid again and not have that cutout. So I just grabbed another bracket while I could. So I have some time before I go to work today. I think I'm going to address the issue with the parachute. I don't want to sit there and play with the bumper just yet. So right now we have the bag sitting in the car. I mean, you can see the end like that. So I'm gonna slap the bag in here. Actually, one thing's for certain. This mount, I actually found out I have backwards. So first things first is I'm gonna have to unbolt it and flip it around. That way this is more down here. So I'm gonna do that real quick first. All right, so as you can see here, I actually put the chute back together, packed it. The bracket is flipped around, and basically, I want to kind of explain what happened. So you can see right here where the string is in the pick, that is basically where the inner sleeve of this slides out. So let me actually reach in the car, and let's go ahead and send it back out. Hold on, I gotta put you down, I'm sorry. It's a pain in the butt to try to do this with one hand. All right, so the lever is back to being up, and now you can see here. Now when I talk about the inner sleeve, this is what I mean, the little tiniest cable. So basically how I had it before, it was like that, right? Now the problem is you see all that slack. So whenever I'd actually pull it where it goes in, it would actually take the housing and ram it in. So I think what had happened was these strands, it got caught on the white loop. And if the white loop is still there, obviously the chute can't be deployed. So right now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna sit there, I'm gonna throw the chute one more time, and then we're gonna cut it, and we're basically gonna make it so the outer sleeve just cannot go anywhere near that. So I'm gonna set this down because I definitely need to have my hands with me, and then I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so now as you can see, this has nice tension on it. It's nice and tight. And then I just had a flush cut, and that's gonna be the deal. So I'm gonna close the door so you guys can see better. I'm gonna prop up the camera. That way, let's go ahead and try it a couple times. Make sure this thing works. All right, so you guys are situated here. All right, so I'm gonna go in the car. I'm gonna pull the release. And that was a success. So I'm gonna reset it up again and do it again. All right, let's go for round 2. Got it repacked. Slide it in. Should be good right there. All right, 3, 2, 1. And we have a success. So I think that's gonna be it. I mean, ultimately, this now cannot go in there to bind it. And I think that'll be much better. Downside is whenever I was taking this off to readjust it, I broke a Allen head in there, so then I had to slice it with a cutoff wheel, so I have to get a bolt. But other than that, I mean, we see now I have 2. Now let's just do one more for the sake of doing it. All right, one more time. 3, 2, 1. All right. I'm going to deem this as a successful fix. Obviously that's much better. And also before I had so much cable on it to where I'm actually not having to throw it as much. So right now you can see it's leaned back here. So pushed all the way forward is here. So I basically have to pull it back just like that, which is good. So it's kind of stiff, but I'm gonna try to lubricate the cable and make sure nothing's bound up. So anyhow, I gotta go to work unfortunately, but at least I got to do something before I leave the house. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end up bringing my bumper down from upstairs, the one with the hole in it, and seeing if I can get that kind of bolted up. And I don't know, I mean, it just sucks having this pretty piece laying around with nothing to put it on. It was also extremely expensive, unfortunately. So anyway, I gotta go to work, but I mean, little progress is little progress. So I want to invest some time to get this thing right. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys after work. I'll probably still be working on the car when I get off. So I'll see you then. All right, so maybe I got a little bit ahead of myself yesterday before I went to work. A little piece of me wanted to just cut out that piece that was crumpled in the front of the car and put the new fenders on in the bumper. So it almost looks like a dang Miata again. Look at that. So the bumper is just resting on right now. The bar that supports the bumper is just chilling right here, as you can see right here at my hand. Yep. So I'd probably have to tweak that just a little bit, but I just kind of put this on. I do still have the spare bumper. I mean, it's functional to go down the racetrack, but it just does not look pretty. And as most of you guys know, I like to have the car looking good at all times. That's just personal preference. So, you know, I got this OEM bumper, and the reason being is I just wanted this bracketry, and then I completely forgot that it actually comes with the side pieces too. And then I realized I can run these with my Racing Beat bumper. So that actually saves me the headache of having to run nuts and bolts. So if I just pick this up real quick, let's go set it over here so it doesn't get damaged. And like I said before, all I did was just cut out the area underneath the headlight, which is exactly how this side is done under here. So I mean, realistically, it ain't much different from side to side now. And funny enough, I was actually gonna do this before the car was painted. I just decided against it just because I didn't have a reason to. So fortunately, everything looks good here. What I want to do today before I go to work is, like I mentioned before, I've had these LED lights that I hate. So I'm actually going to be installing a set of HIDs, as you can see here. So that's what I'm going to try to do right before I go to work. And so backstory on the headlights. I ordered these HIDs a long time ago. So the LED bulbs that I have, I mean, I've had them for years, but they honestly just suck. The lights themselves are great, but you never want to put an LED bulb inside of a non-projector housing. So basically, I have to dig through my phone, but I have photos of it. I put an HID on one side already and tested it comparative to the LED. The HID, you get a centered beam, versus the LED, it's like two dots that look like this. So I'll have a lot more visibility. And that was kind of half of this whole deal too, is my lights don't really work that well. So in the midst of me not being able to slow down as fast as I need, I still couldn't really see that far. So that kind of, I think, jostled my head as well. As far as freaking out, thinking I was coming close on the end of the racetrack. So headlights are gonna be fixed now. So let's go ahead and take out the LEDs, and I just gotta wire in the new ones. So here we go. All right, so dropping the doors now so I can show you the light output. So I've just got the ballast self-tapper right there in the frame rail. Connections are kind of rough right now just because I'm testing it. I want to find, I don't know, let's maybe, all right, let's use my shirt. Okay. So right now you can see the beam is pretty flat across me, right? Now if I go to this guy, you can see there's a dot here and a dot here. Maybe not, hold on. Let's grab my smart fluid. Maybe this will work better. All right, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so right now, you see it's just a nice flat, cool. If I go to this guy, you can see there's two independent lights. One's lower and one's higher. So when I keep saying, you know, it's a bad light output, I'm not really lying to you. But granted, you're also looking at it from where the hood's maybe, what, 4 or 5 feet in front of the car, versus if I'm trying to drive down the road, looking at like 30, 40, 50 feet in front of me. So here, let me pick up this. This is actually the LED bulb that I've been running. So as you can tell, it's got lights on both sides of it. And it's a good quality bulb. I mean, it's worked great. But the problem is, it's just, you know, when you're trying to shine light on all different angles, it can only accommodate two. And that only works well with projectors. And, well, I've been stubborn this whole time and haven't really cared. But now that's changing. I'm finally putting the HIDs in the car. So I did actually order 2 kits. The first set of I ordered 1 kit, 2 sets of bulbs, because the kit that I ordered was 5K, and when I tested them on the car, they were just way too white. And the carbon Miata turn signals were a little bit more of a blue hue, so I didn't like it. So I ordered 8K bulbs now, which they're white. They just have that hair bit of blue to them to match just the LEDs. So anyhow, I just gotta tidy up the wiring. Like I said, the ballast is secured, self-tapped on the frame. I just have to actually terminate these connections and then do the other side. But since you already seen me do one side, I don't need to show you both. I gotta go to work. Tomorrow's Thursday, my day off. I'm actually supposed to be getting my tires delivered like now. So I have my other radials upstairs. So tomorrow, we're gonna go see Juan, get the tires put on. I'm borrowing Austin's fender roller. We're gonna roll these fenders because the last time I actually had this fender on the car, and Randy painted it before I rolled it. So I mean, as you can see, the entire edge right here has been chipping paint this entire time. I just haven't said anything about it because I was mad. So see if we can put this thing back together being a car. Spoiler alert, I have full intentions to go back to the track on Friday. I want that 8 bad. I want that real bad. And if I can get my 8-second pass in Friday, then I'm gonna park the car and do my winter upgrades. That is the plan. So anyhow, I'm gonna finish this up. I'm gonna end this video off here. So we got the parachute situated, we got the headlights taken care of. So on both ends of the car now, it's gonna be more safe. And then once the tires get here, I'm chucking back on the track. After me and Juan get off work, after Juan gets off work tomorrow, I'm gonna meet him at his shop and we're gonna do tires. So, yep, I'm motivated. I wanna get this over with. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support, and I will see you tomorrow.